That is right, ladies and gentlemen. We are back from the dead. I am the BrettMan, and this is Destiny. September is drawing nearer, like to the end, and we get to begin the spookiest season, the spookiest month of them all for October. So, Destiny, how are you doing today?
I am doing all right.
All
You
right,
know,
just all right. No, that's good. I'm glad you're doing all right. But gotta say though, are you excited for October? We're only like I would say less than 10 days away. If my yeah, about like less than like 5 to 6 days away. So, are you excited for the month of October?
I am excited. I feel like I'm not nearly prepared enough, but I am excited. It's my favorite month of the year, so
Nice.
not
So,
wait.
yeah, I'm excited for October. Got a big trip planned. Got some first time horror movie watches that I want to nail down for this year. Because I feel like I didn't watch a lot of horror movies last year, so I like to try to make up for it this year. So I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, and thank you all so much for joining us. I know we did a little switcheroo. Had an opportunity to go to the Kansas City Chiefs game, so appreciate Destiny for switching the time up. And we decided to go live tonight. We're going to have a fun show and talk a lot of good horror movies. And yeah, I've been seeing in the chat. Yeah, so hopefully everyone in the Florida and Georgia area is secure tonight. Our thoughts are with you, except for Brother Flood, because it sounds like he's having a good time right now. Because for a $5 super chat, he says, I'm not saying it's rainy or windy, but an alligator just flew by my bedroom window on a hang glider. So that's very interesting to see. Hey, you can mark that off your bucket list in life that you saw an alligator fly. So there you go, Brother Flevin. What's going on? So let me play you a super chat video real quick for you, buddy.
Investors. Where do we find investors?
Right there.
Oh, hello, Belchers. Just having one of our money fights.
So thank you so much, Brother Fluff. Who else we got in here? We got Raymond. What's going on there, Raymond? How are you doing? We got Miss Erica's here. What's going on? Sergeant Shitty, one of the best YouTube names out there on the game today. What's going on? Who else we got in here? We got Brendan the Beldome. Long time no see, my friend. How are you doing? Hopefully all is going well with you. We got Chester. What's going on? I am sending my vibes and positivity or positive thoughts to the people dealing with the hurricane. And absolutely, hopefully everyone stays safe. We got Gene. What's going on there, Gene? How are you doing? We got Gory Tiger. What's going on, Gory? Who else? We got Jamie Har. What's going on there, Jamie? Hopefully all is going well. There's one of my wrench women. We got Brooke. Brooke, what's going on? How are you doing? We got Ashton. What's going on there, Ashton? Hopefully all is going well in your world. Hopefully things are getting better. I know you're going through a tough spot right now, so we're thinking of you, buddy. All positivity towards your way. We got Heather. What's going on there, Heather? Wishing everyone is safe. Schools are getting yeah. I've been noticing that schools are closing. So if you can close my work, so I don't have to do nothing tomorrow, I would appreciate that. So who else we got here? I think that is it at the moment. We got 15 people in the chat, so thank you all so much for hanging out with us. So just in case if you're new here from Back from the Dead, like if you just come across this video, Back from the Dead is a show that me and Destiny do that we celebrate the horror movie anniversaries or TV shows or just anything that's like part of the Hollywood cinematic world of horror. And we just celebrate it, but we can't do the entire month because I did promise Destiny within the contract 2 hours. So we're going to respect her wishes on the contract, or else I have to pay, what is it now, Destiny? $10 extra for like every minute comment.
$10,000.
What the fuck? No, it's not. You stop
It
it.
is now.
Fine. You know what? I'll bring that to you Monopoly money in a couple of weeks. So I will bring that to you. I promise. Damn, 17 people just popped in the chat there. So let me see if I'm not going to miss anybody real quick. Dude who loves movies. What's up, everyone? Don't forget to roundhouse. Kick that button. So yeah, you were impressed. Don't pretend you're not.
I was scared. You had
Well,
your
if I
bear
was going to hit my
out.
mic
No!
right there.
Oh,
No, I
there's
said, trust me, your high jump kick is much more impressive. So I can't compete with that. But I know Cody's excited because, oh my gosh, I can't remember the title because I just saw it today. The hand that the cradle rock.
the hand that
Uh,
rocked the cradle.
yes, I'm going to say
The
your guess
hand
is a
that
lot better
rocked.
than mine.
Yeah, the hand that rocked the cradle. I haven't
Yeah.
seen it, so
Well, first off, this freaking beast down here, dude who loves movies, suggested that movie last year for my 14 days of new horror movie watches. The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Thank you. And
that makes
they announced a remake today with Mika Monroe. So that's going to be so awesome. I'm curious if she's going to be playing the crazy bitch or is she going to be playing the hero. So I am looking forward to seeing what she does. And we will talk Mika Monroe later on with a particular movie. So that was a nice segue there. And Byron, what's going on there? Byron, how are you doing? So yes, so to reduce the time, we decided to do horror movies in the integrals of 5 years. So throughout the entirety of 2024, we will deal with horror movies that ended the years of 4 and 9, and also celebrating the horror movies of last year because they deserve their roses as too. So with that in mind, see there. Okay, we're good in the chat. So I say let's begin. And another thing too is if there's something that we've never watched before, we would suggest the other to watch that. And so we're going to kick off what Destiny recommended me to watch. And this is the first time you picked a show for me. So I was really excited to take on this challenge. And I've only gotten to 5 episodes, and that is the classic, the very beginning of the Munster sitcom, released on September 24th of 1964, which actually had that anniversary yesterday. I actually had an alert on my phone about it, which was completely random, but I appreciate it reminded me that I needed to watch this show. So, Desi, have you seen anything Munsters related, not counting the Rob Zombie movie?
Unfortunately, I have not. Because, like, growing up, I didn't watch either, like, the original Addams Family or the Munsters for some reason. But I do want to get to it. Right now, I'm kind of watching the Addams Family, not, like, necessarily in order, and it's really not that much to watch with the original series. But, because that's always playing, there's, like, a channel of it on, what is it on? It's one of the free Pluto. I think it's on Pluto TV. Yeah, because so they have like a Addams Family thing, like a channel, so it only plays the Addams.
Cool.
So in the original series, so that's really cool. So I'm kind of watching that. So I want to get to the Munsters though. Yeah, like you said, I've only seen the Rob Zombie movie. And I've seen like little clips, I guess, here and there, but not enough. But Mia's actually a big fan of the Munsters.
Oh yeah, she is. Like, and when we did Screen Warriors, we incorporated her love of the Munsters with our theme song. So yeah, definitely she loves that, and I would think she would be proud that I absolutely love this sitcom. I'm only 5 episodes into it, but I actually plan on going more into it because, like, the first season's like 48 episodes, and I think
God.
yeah, I know. Like, I was like, I would think Destiny would be okay if I only did like 4 or 5 episodes. So, so I would figure you would be okay with that.
Yeah. I said watch a few episodes, and then if you like it, if you want to keep going, you can. But I said just mainly because the movie options they weren't that great.
Yeah.
For the one that he hadn't seen, and I wanted to give him something that I actually thought might be good, and so yeah, I chose this because it's fun. So and it's easy to watch. It's not it's a nice I think change of pace from like hardcore horror stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And plus, it's just so much fun, too. It has the corny jokes, like, the sitcoms of, like, looking at the TV, like... like doing stuff like that. And plus, like, again, we're horror fans, so all the jokes they tell is very, very horror related. So you easily like can follow along with those jokes. And plus, Herman Munster is easily my favorite character because just that actor, he just brings such a charm to him, to Herman. Which the Rob Zombie movie I thought did a pretty good job because I actually thought about it for a minute, like comparing the two. I thought the comparison was kind of solid. And of course, Lily Munster. That actress is awesome. And according to Miss Carter, who sent me kind of like an unair plot episode, that actress played kind of like the niece in that unaired episode. It was somebody else that played Lily, but they were so impressed with her they absolutely switched her to Lily Munster. So I thought that was a pretty cool behind the scenes story on how she got the parts. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and suggest it. Absolutely give this show a watch. And all of those episodes are on Peacock.
All right. Yeah, I definitely want to get to that. Maybe I'll watch it like throughout next year because I'm also watching X-Files, which is definitely not like, it's like fun kind of, but it's also more like serious too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also watching Yellow Jackets, which is funny, but it's definitely more like, whoa. So maybe after getting through all that, I'll start Monsters and just kind of watch it here and there.
Nice. And Brooke is definitely Team X-Files there.
I like it. I really need to get back into it because I was doing really good. And then I haven't watched it since I was at Braden's. And that was a while ago. That was like the last time I watched it was at his house. So I need to get back into watching it. I kind of been, I don't know, just been watching movies. But I want to get back into it. I'm still in the first season, but I'm on episode like 25, I think.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
So you're very interested if you're already that far into it. So like you're kind of like me. Like once you're into something, you just don't stop until all of them are watched.
Yeah, but then my problem is I'll get burnt out if it's too much,
Mm-hmm.
But like Desperate Housewives, again, everyone watch Desperate Housewives. It's so freaking good.
It's on my list because of you know who.
Saying that enough. But I did watch that somewhat decently fast. My mom freaking started after me, like way after me, and finished before me. To be fair, she didn't work for like 3 weeks, so she had the time to watch it, but she like binged through Desperate Housewives so fast. So she's even like crazier than I am when it comes to it. Because I will like stop and watch movies and stuff here and there to like switch things up, and I just like to keep watching movies mainly to get my numbers up. This sounds maybe silly. But each month, I try to check to see how many movies I've watched the month. And when I'm doing good, I try to do more with this month. I'm definitely not going to do better than last month. I've accepted it because I'm watching 2 shows. Who does that? See? Why do I do this? And I stress myself out. And then at the end of the day, I'm like, this is literally movies and TV. Like, who cares? Like, why am I being, like, so serious about it? I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point. Desperate Housewives. I watch it. Long story short, if I binge stuff too much, I'll get burnt out because I get hyper fixated.
Yeah, so that's what.
Like, take a step back. Twin Peaks, I'm never leaving.
No, that's what happened to me with. I was about to say True Detective, but it was not that. Criminal Minds. When you had me start watching that,
I love Criminal Minds.
I know, but I got burned out so quickly on that. I was like, I can't right now, but I'll try to revisit that. But yeah, after this football season, I got so much freaking TV shows to watch. So I am looking forward to jumping on that train, what you're doing, and just watching, just binge watching shows. And Twin Peaks, I've got to get to season 3. I am going to get to that very soon too. I have not forgotten.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so not forgotten. Let's see here. Gavin, what's going on, dude? Saying I love the Monster 60 show. Yeah, dude, you and me both. So we got definitely after she's desperate for Desperate Housewives and all of her other shows, we gotta have her jump on that show for sure. Absolutely. So let's see here. I think we are all good from there. So let's go ahead and jump for one great TV show that I really enjoyed to something that you absolutely adore. You love this. Big anniversary for this show. Everybody loves this dog. Where is this dog? There he is. Where Are You, Scooby-Doo? Released on September the 13th of 1969, the classic Scooby-Doo animated TV series. These are on Max and Tubi if you're interested, just to go back in time and just to relive some of your favorite Scooby-Doo moments. So, Destiny, I will let you go first because I know you absolutely love this. So, what were just your thoughts about Scooby-Doo?
This was like my show growing up. I watched this so much. This and the Powerpuff Girls. Like those are like my like super small. I remember like my earlier birthdays because I am like sitting in like a high chair and I have like a smash cake and I'm pretty sure it was Scooby Doo themed and I had like no hair and I was super blonde, like bleach blonde. And I think I had like one little bow like sticking on for dear life. And there's like purple and blue. But Scooby-Doo birthday party. I love Scooby-Doo. I remember having like a backpack growing up, obsessed with the movies. But this is my favorite. Well, besides like Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost is my favorite. And honestly might be my favorite movie in general, including the live action, just because that one's so nostalgic. And the vibes for Halloween, they're so just, But this is my favorite version of Scooby-Doo, though, is the show. Specifically, my favorite episodes, the backstage rage, which actually scared the shit out of me as a kid. Up until I was in, like, 4th grade, I would say. Like, there's something about that laugh that was so freaking scary. And Jeepers, It's the Creeper, A Clue for Scooby-Doo. Those are my, like, top 3 episodes, I think. But Backstage Rage is my favorite episode. No. But yeah, love the show. It's a great show. And I watch it very often because it's always streaming for free somewhere. Usually it is on Tubi. I'm happy it's on Max now because now you don't have to watch the ads, Not complaining because it's for free. But like, damn, sometimes you're like, I don't want to watch the ads. So it's nice that it's on Max now. But yeah, I love Scooby-Doo. And I have the first 2 seasons. I need to get to the 3rd season because it's always like its own thing, which is really annoying. But yeah, love the show so much.
Yeah, the show is absolutely great, especially with the Jeepers, It's the Creeper. Just the and then when they implemented like the background music when the chase scenes are happening, going like, "Hey, the creeper, get to the sand."
Yeah,
or, like all that. It's great.
My ostrich. Like what the fuck? All the people stare, but I don't care what they say. That was like, yeah, that right there implanted in my brain because that is such a random ass song too. In love with an ostrich. What if that's not the lyric? I think it is though because I remember like what?
Wait, what episode was that?
Jeepers, It's the Creeper.
Oh, is that the song I was just singing?
Yeah.
Or? Okay, then.
All the people stare, but I don't care what they say. Yeah. Head
the only thing I just remember is just the creeper running, and then like everybody hits the freaking broom, the classic broom, like
yeah,
like
classic.
It's just great. But no, I love the show too. And just my all-time favorite episode is the one with the mummy because I'm just obsessed with that universal monster of the mummy, and just actually it wasn't that one. That's another good one too. But the best joke I've ever saw ever is when the mummy's going coin coin. It's Scooby-Doo in the background with freaking nails and the hammer going. And it's just the mummy getting stuck. And we all know that the mummy could have easily ripped off that bandage. But another great one, too, is when Scooby-Doo dresses up as John Wayne and he's just getting scared. And Freddy goes, just pretend you're Sherlock Holmes. John Wayne? John Wayne? It's just, there's so many great memories with that show. And of course, my love for food really began with Scooby-Doo with all the freaking epic sandwiches that show offered me. Because like I absolutely want to try each and every single one of those sandwiches, especially the Zombie Island with that freaking ghost pepper sandwich. Who does not want to try that sandwich?
That has been like that I had not watched in so long because I have Scooby-Doo and Witch's Ghost.
Big anniversary next month, by the way, for it.
Yeah, well, I have that on DVD, but I have on Zombie Island on VHS. but I hadn't had my VCR out. But then I saw they're getting added to Max, and I was like, man, I have not seen On Zombie Island in so freaking long, like since I was a kid, and I wanted to wait until I could watch it in like a better version, mainly because I'm like watching my VCR with my TV, so it's not like the same, it's like obviously so like, but that's all I have right now because I don't have my other TV. So I wanted to wait, so I watched it on Max, and then again seeing that sandwich, I was just like, dude,
Yeah.
I want those peppers, I want
Dude,
that freaking sandwich, and the
freaking
crawfish.
yeah.
When they're in the crawfish, so good. So
And
good.
also the milkshakes on that one episode where Scooby-Doo put the straws in everybody's milkshakes underneath the
Yeah.
table.
That one is, I think that one's a clue for Scooby-Doo at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the episode.
Yeah, all that is just freaking fantastic. I know we could talk hours about this show, but I wish we had more time with it. Is there anything else you want to say about Scooby-Doo, Where Are You, before we move on?
It's wonderful, and it's a big part of my life, and it always will be.
Hell yeah. Absolutely. Let's see here. I think we had a couple of people want to address them real quick. We got Eli Cortez. What's going on there, Eli? How are you doing? We got Sebastian. What's going on there, Sebastian? How are you doing? Courtney Reed, I didn't forget you, my friend, but he gifted one Good Real Hunting membership, dude. Thank you so much for being so awesome and providing somebody the awesome experiences of being a real hunter. So we do got to reward that. So let me play this clip real quick.
Well, shit, he may have some money. We already committed murder. We might as well rob his ass.
I'll take the credit cards.
I want the jewelry.
I'm gonna take his drawers.
So thank you so much there, Courtney Reed. And hopefully all is going well, my buddy. And then, of course, yes, I have this marked on my calendar because Matthew Lillard is hosting a spooky cake show on Amazon on October the 8th. And yeah, I got that shit started on my Amazon. So I am ready.
I am so excited. I absolutely love shit like that. Like I would watch like Halloween Wars was one where it was like somewhat baking, but also to do with like pumpkin carving and stuff. But I love like Cupcake Wars, even Chopped. But I specifically love baking shows. I like cooking shows. I think those are fun, but there's just something, baking shows, they're just so cute. But then Halloween baking shows, you have like two loves combined, and then Matthew Lillard and Danielle Harris, who Danielle Harris starred, or she was like a guest judge also on Halloween Wars at one point. So I'm very excited to see her on this as well. So I cannot freaking wait. Yeah. I love this shit. This is like right up my alley. And I know my mom will probably want to watch it too. So I'm so freaking excited.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm excited for it too, because again, the creativity for all the cakes and all that. And plus you just really want to eat it after they build it and all that, especially the process of them making it. And another show I'm excited for, speaking of that, it's not food related, but do you remember the show Scare Tactics? I think we talked about it on Back from the Dead a while, like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, that because I would say don't be scared. And I went to say one time in high school, I was like, don't be scared. Or like, are you scared? You shouldn't be. And
you're
then
on
I
Scare
said,
Tactics.
But on accident, I said, you're on X Factor. And that's like the singing show. And I was like, hold up. But I love Scare Tactics. But rewatching it, I was like, oh my God, this is so horrible. So I'm curious to see, whenever Braden and I were at Universal, I remember seeing something for it somewhere. And I was like, oh yeah. That is
because Jordan Peele. That's probably why you saw it.
I do remember seeing a sign for it somewhere, and I was like, "Scare Tactics, that is coming out." But yeah, I'm curious to see. Hopefully, like it should. The original, like it was funny at the time, but like I said, going back to it, it's like, oh my God, this is so horrible. But like, I don't know. I think it could be good. Like I think Impractical Joker is just funny.
Oh yeah, so freaking hilarious.
I feel like there's still a way to do, like filmed prank stuff like that. So hopefully they actually make it scary, like legitimately scary. Because some of that stuff, I was like, oh come on.
Like the Demon Baby one, I was like
come on. I'd be like, what the fuck is going on? Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably just
But
be like this, like, yeah.
something
What?
like if it's like actually scary though, that would be pretty cool. So hopefully,
Mhm.
hopefully they make it really scary.
Yeah, that is on October the 4th on the USA channel. So set your DVRs on that because I definitely am because I'm very excited. But unfortunately, I got a busy week that week. So I'll have to catch up when I get back. And the gift and membership belong to Ashton. So, Ashton, welcome back for being a real hunter, my friend, for a month. So, hell yeah. So, let's see here. I think we are good on that. So, okay, this is where it gets like really crazy here on my research. I don't have anything from the 70s or the 80s. Did you have anything from the 80s or 70s or the 80s to save me?
No.
Okay, so it just wasn't me. See, that's why I was worried about. So, oh shit! Now Destiny's going to find something that I obviously forgot, like *Malignant*, and I was trying my best not to do a *Malignant* situation again. So I am glad I wasn't the only one because I was like looking for hours at one point. It's like, okay, there has to be something, but luckily there's not. So let's go ahead and go to the '90s. I don't have anything from '94. Do you?
I have one movie and it's not anything I've seen. Or wait, why did I say it like that? It's not something I've seen. Puppet Master 5, the final chapter. I thought I would just mention it because, like you said, there was nothing for so much time. But yeah, Puppet Master 5. I've only seen the first 2, maybe 3. I can't remember if I watched the third one. And I think that kind of tells you how I feel about the Puppet Master movies, which I like the first one more than I thought I would. But they're definitely not. They're not for me, I don't think. But yeah, Puppet Master 5, the final chapter. It's not because there's like 1,000 of these movies.
Wait, is that the
So
one
yeah,
with Diana Prince in it, or is she like the later ones? Because I remember she makes an appearance in that franchise sooner or later. I just couldn't
I
remember
don't
which
know.
one.
I
So
honestly have
poor
no idea.
Diana Prince. So, and
Yeah.
just in case if y'all don't know who Diana Prince is, that's Darcy for the last drive-in. Yeah, so poor her. Fachi, what's going on, man? How are you doing, my friend? Hopefully, all is going well with you. Yeah, Gavin, I know. How do you not have anything from the 70s, the greatest decade in all of cinema? If y'all could mention something in the chat, we'd be happy to bring it to light. So yeah, let us know if we missed something there. See here. All right, so let's go to 1999 with a little movie called Stir of Echoes, released on September the 10th of 1999. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'll go first on this one. This probably might be my favorite Kevin Bacon movie. Because I feel like this movie really like tested him as an actor, which is kind of funny. He did this movie, and then he never acknowledges that he was in Friday the 13th or the horror genre at all. I think he goes and makes this in 1999. But no, this movie is awesome. That like it's been a while since I've seen it, but I just remember from me remembering what I watched, I really enjoyed it. A lot of creepy elements, a lot of good jump scares, like developed jump scares, not just to you, but like it actually sets it up real nicely. And I think there was a tooth scene too that really grossed me out too. So anything with teeth or eyes, yeah, no thank you on that. So yeah, absolutely, I would highly recommend people to check out Survego's one of the hidden gems in the 90s. Destiny, I think from my memory, you actually got a hold to watching this, I think earlier this year.
Yeah, I watched this at some point this year for the first time, and I ended up really loving it. I just like, I don't know. I feel like with Kevin Bacon, because I have not seen Footloose. Not all of it, actually. I've started it. So I've started it. I take that back. But that doesn't really count. Whatever. But I don't know, like something about, because I feel like I've been watching more of his films the older I've gotten, because now I'm like more interested, and I do need to watch Footloose. I want to. Well, I don't know. I want to. It's the same. Like I try to watch Grease, and I was like, oh, I think I might have missed. Like I should have watched this when I was younger. Because like now I'm just like, I don't know if I can do it.
Sandy, what the fuck?
But with Stir of Echoes, I absolutely loved this movie. And I want to go back and rewatch it. I might save it for October because it kind of has like that vibe, I think. But yeah, like you said, there's some genuinely like freaky moments. Kevin Bacon is so good in this. Like you said, I think this might be my favorite Kevin Bacon movie that I've seen. There's still plenty that I need to watch, even like a couple like horror ones still. But this movie was so good. It was so good. And it was so like crazy. The ending, I'm not gonna say too much, but it was like what the fuck?
Oh my gosh! Just a little bit of content, like just him just going ape shit at his house. I love that. What would you do when you got home and then you just see him just destroying your house? Like,
oh my god!
Did the Kool-Aid man jump in here? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Literally, he's doing that, drinking orange juice, going crazy on the orange juice, just drinking so much of it. He's kind of losing it, but yeah, I think it's a really good movie. I really, really like this one a lot.
Yeah, me too. So, again, we both highly recommend you all check it out. I call this a secret gem in the 90s because I feel like it absolutely deserves more talk. Raymond says the feathers. I'm trying to remember the feathers. So
has to do with the pillow and like a bed.
Yes. Okay. Sorry, it took me a minute. Slowly, that movie's coming back to me. Yeah, Jamie, I love the scene where he gets hypnotized. Yeah, that's a big implement thing on this movie that creates the unsettling atmosphere. So yeah, we definitely don't want to spoil it because again, it has a little twist to it. So absolutely go watch it. And let's see here. What else do we got here? Blu-ray. What's going on there, Blu-ray? How are you doing? Hopefully you are fighting those addictions to the Blu-rays, my friend. Hopefully you keep fighting the good fights. And we got Herbert's in the house. What's going on there, Herbert? Hopefully all is well in your world, my friend. And all right. And yes, Jamie, I'm not surprised at this point you saying that you saw this in the theater because I feel like at this point you have seen every single movie in the theater. Good hunting. Next Wednesday, we wear pink for Mean Girls' 20th anniversary. Yep, that's right. I definitely remember that. So next Wednesday, everybody better wear their pink, especially Heather, because she was the one that was very kind enough to let me or to buy me a Blu-ray copy of Mean Girls. And just in return, I promised her I wear a pink shirt, and I sent her a picture of me wearing a pink shirt watching the movie. Even though my buddy really wants his pink sweater back. I want my pink sweater back. So let's see here. All right, we are all good there. Destiny, did you find anything else from 1999?
I have another one that I have not seen, but it was on a TikTok filter, and it is called Stigmata. It has Patricia Arquette in it, and that's all I know.
But hey, just to mention it, right?
Yep, Stigmata.
There you go, Stigmata for anniversary. Sorry, I was kind of distracted by Gavin. I'm not sure. You know what?
Gavin, I'm gonna put you in timeout.
I know. I'm about to say fuck it. Pink like vaginas.
Employee of the month reference. I don't know what that is. I think you're lying.
I think so too. I think he just wanted to say vagina.
I think you're fibbing. I'm
Gavin,
us right now.
You know what, Gavin? I think this is an appropriate time to pull out this clip.
Shame!
Shame.
So there you go. Shame on you, Gavin. No, Gavin, you're my boy. Let's see here. Let's go to 2004. I'm just going to mention these two movies real quick. If you have a thought about them, say something. If not, no big deal, because I haven't seen either of them. So the first one is Male Violence. I know I butchered the hell out of that, but yeah. So this movie had a limited release on September the 10th of 2004. The audience really enjoyed it, but it seems like everybody else, according to those numbers, not a big fan. And the other one we have is within the Resident Evil franchise of Apocalypse. Also came out on September the 10th of 2004. I have not dipped my toes in any of those franchises. So, Desi, any thoughts about either of those two movies?
I have not seen Malevolence
Oh, that's how you say it. Okay.
or Resident Evil Apocalypse. So I don't have anything to say, but I do know that Alexandria Daddario is in, I think, the third Malevolence movie because
yes,
I
she
see
is.
it. I see her on the cover. She's like looking like this.
Yeah, with those.
I don't know anything about those though.
With those big ass blue eyes of hers that hypnotize people, she kind of reminds me of Kaw from the Jungle Book. Yeah, exactly. That look right there. So let's see. Oh, hello. Hey there. Oh my gosh. You always make fun of me and my speaking problems. Gary Rangel, what's going on there? How are you doing?
I can't snap. Snaps for you though.
I know. Hey, nothing could get us worse than the Austria incident. So nothing could get more worse than that.
Oh my god.
So let's see here. All right, I just want to caught up with the chat real quick. I think we are all good there. So that's it. Now we're about to talk about a movie with an anniversary. When you were doing makeups at the time, you loved this comment in your chats when people commented on your makeups. I think you know what's coming. You got red on you. And that comes from Shaun of the Dead, released on September the 24th of 2004, celebrated its 20-year anniversary 2 days ago. And yeah, this is definitely, when in terms of the horror comedy realm, this is like one of the like Mount Rushmores of horror comedy. And for me, I think this, like, I really enjoyed the movie. Like, the first time I watched it, I was like, I absolutely do not get any of the humor of this movie. And then I think Nick Cooling just told me, hey, just give it another try. You might be, since you watch more zombie movies, so you might understand it better. And I did. Absolutely loved it. Definitely hit with me the second time. It's just for them playing video, especially just at the beginning when the apocalypse stuff started, and he's just roaming around just like nothing is freaking happening. That's just freaking great, and just the entirety of the movie, it's just a fun comedy ride for me. But I will always still be Team Zombieland when it comes to terms of the comedy horror. I'm always Team Zombieland on that front. So Desi, what about you? Your thoughts on Shaun of the Dead?
First of all, Misael, yes.
Yes, Misael.
Yes. After you watch a little bit of this, though, don't just hop in and leave. Rude. Anyways,
Misael, what's going on there, buddy? And yeah, definitely do it, or she'll beat the shit out of you.
Well, he also said he was going to start it like 26 days ago. Supposed to start it in September, not like at the end of September, though. You're not convinced? I'm going to shake you.
Hey, you'll have your opportunity.
I just did myself. Misael, join the party. Thank you. Thank you. Join the party.
Do it. So
do it.
But yeah, but yes, Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead. I enjoy this one. I was very, very late to this. I didn't watch this until I think 2021 or 2022. So very, very late to the party with this one, but I ended up really liking it. And funny enough, I actually just rewatched this because it was streaming. I think it was on Peacock, actually. I think it got added to Peacock. It was streaming somewhere for free, and I was at work and I needed a horror movie that does not have sex or like any nudity, and I was like, Shaun of the Dead, perfect. So I put it up. Hold the hell up.
Nope, you're good.
The front door. Horrible taste. That's, first of all, crazy. Gavin is like one of the harshest
people
critics I've ever like. But then he'll like something that's freaking
out there,
and I'm like, oh, where's the taste at? You know what I mean? So I don't know.
No,
you know
like for example, the substance is like just storming everything in the horror community right now. Like I'm at a point now where I'm ready to give this sucker a golden real 5 out of 5, but it's still like a 4.75 currently. And then I was like, okay, Gavin has to love this. 3.5 out of 5. I'm like,
I love it. I'm always so curious to see, because I'm like, dude, I know he's gonna give it like, if anything's above a 4 stars, I am surprised.
Oh, but you're putting it on your watch list.
No, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. But then, yeah, every time I recommend something, he's like, yeah, that was not good. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't understand that. I don't know what you like. Italian movies.
Oh man.
Sue me.
Yeah. I definitely promised Gavin I'd jump into the Italian genre of the horror movies, and I'm going to owe him that next year. Wow, you're so hurt over Joe.
I'm not hurt. I do know my taste is kind of meh. But hey, I'm going to let you know right now, like Jamie said earlier with season 2, it does get kind of,
Mm-hmm. It gets there.
you got to keep going. I'm not saying everything's good, but I'm not going to say it's bad whatsoever. But I'm not saying all of it's good. But it's worth it, I would say, in the end. In the very end, and that goes for season 3 too, in the very end, it's all worth it. For those last few seconds. And you know what? Brayden said I overhyped it, and I strongly disagree. I don't think I overhyped it. I think he's insane. That's
exactly kind of like what he told me on a message. He goes, "You start season 3 yet?" I'm like, "No, not yet." Why? He goes, "It's just okay." I
don't believe anything he says. And you know what? Actually, what I think it is though, because I watched it the first time and I was like, "What the fuck?" But then I watched the ending and I was like, "Oh my god, incredible!" But then rewatching it as I'm watching it with Brayden, I'm like, "Oh my god, this is so much better than I thought it was originally," because I'm able to see more, and I know the end product, so I can see more how it's all, because it all, So watching it, I'm like, damn. And I did the same thing. I really wanted to watch Fire Walk with Me, so I really was like trying to get through the first 2 seasons. And the first season goes by like nothing. And then a lot of season 2 goes by like nothing. And then you get to some parts and you're like, I'm still here. Oh, okay. But, then it ends and you're like, what the fuck? That was crazy. And then you watch The Return and you're just like, what the hell's happening? And that's basically it until the end. That's basically all of it, I would say, actually.
And Heather says, "Guess I will add Twin Peaks to the watch list. I am a Twin Peaks virgin. No idea what y'all are talking about, and I need to be knowing." And Heather, it is a very good show, so you will not regret it.
Yeah, Heather, I think you would like it. I, too, was a Twin Peaks virgin until this year. It wasn't until, actually, technically, last year during September, I watched the pilot episode because I was going to watch it in September. Then I said, no, I'm going to watch movies. But then when Brayden was filming The Last Nightmare, I said, damn, I need something to watch because he's busy all the time now. So I said Twin Peaks. And so I started in April. And then since then, I've seen it multiple times, like the seasons, multiple times. Like I said, The Return only 2 times, but the first season, like 5 times, I would say. Damn. And then throughout season 2, the first half, about the same, I would say. Because I love that part. But then I decided I'm not going to watch.
No, I could easily just see it. Like, you were just, like, when you're starting it, loving on it, and then, like, just the one time Brayden's ready, he goes, Destiny, what's going on? Shut the fuck up. I'm watching Twin Peaks.
I'm busy.
Fine. Yeah, I'm busy. Oh, fuck me. Click.
I'm involved.
Oh my god, that's funny. But hey, that's Shaun of the Dead for you. That's a very good movie.
Oh, yeah. It's a good movie. I feel like a lot of people know about it.
I know it. It's been beloved by all.
Between this and Zombieland, honestly, I don't know what I would pick.
Ooh, really?
Because
okay,
I would probably go Zombieland just because there's more nostalgia.
All right, quick. How about quick? Have you ever heard the concept of Star Bench Cut? It's like Marry, Fuck, Kill.
Star, binge.
Oh,
cut?
Start, bench, cut. Sorry, I forgot to put a T at the end. Love my English. So start, bench. Say, I almost did it again. Start, bench, cut. Zombieland, Shaun of the Dead, The Cabin in the Woods for the top 3 horror comedies out there.
Damn, wait, what was the last one?
The Cabin in the Wood. The Cabin in the Woods.
Okay, you know what? Imagine talking. Controversial, but brave. I kind of think The Cabin in the Woods is a little overrated. And you know what? I know. It, everything, movie, everywhere, it all, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Okay, whatever. So I'm gonna have to cut that one, but it's also the one I'd like the least connect with. I've only seen it twice, and I've only seen Shaun of the Dead twice as well, though. But this one, it just I really was enjoying it this last watch, which I watched it this year because I wanted
It
to
gets
get
better
refreshed.
every single time you watch it.
No, I was watching it and said, "Wow, I really like this," and then it lost me.
Was
I
it
don't
the
know.
Chris Hemsworth scene? Because I feel like that's where it lost a lot of people.
No, it's not that. It's towards the very end when they're all. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying. And then, I mean, binge. Yeah, I do agree. You can't binge a movie, so I don't understand. So what? Binge a movie. I'm gonna have to binge. Damn, I guess Shaun of the Dead, and then I'll start Zombieland because I like the opening.
Yes. Yeah, I would definitely start Zombieland. I would binge The Cabin in the Woods, even though someday it's going to top Zombieland for me. And then Shaun of the Dead you can cut. Not out just because it's bad, but just stronger two candidates with me. And then, let's see here. La Mantra, what's going on there, La Mantra? How are you doing, buddy? Hopefully all is going well with you. But no, any other thoughts about Shaun of the Dead before we move on?
Nope, I like it.
What about that comment of the whole "you got red on you"? Like one of your favorite comments ever.
At first it's oh, but then the thing is when you hear the same thing 300,000
Over, yeah.
not that many times obviously, but at least a couple times every post, if you have any sort of blood, it's yeah,
No, it's that I agree with you. The hell?
And you don't want to be rude about it because they're just joking around, but it's ugh! But you can't say anything, so it's just
Or you could. Even though there's a saying in my life, you could, but that doesn't mean you should. But you easily could. But let's see here. I think we are all good there. Did you have anything else from 2004?
Nope, that was it.
Sweet. All right, let's go to 2009. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just mention three of these because the big one for that year, I'm just going to let you have the whole segment for. Let's see. Okay, just check it. Oh, what now, Chad? News says it's snowing in Texas, and Nasdaq is down 666 points. What the fuck are you been smoking this time?
You're literally out of your mind. What?
Yeah. I have no fucking idea what
the hell is even that? Do you know that video? Daddy, chill.
Oh no, I have.
What the hell is even that?
So you're gonna have to send me that because that one I have no idea, but that just sounds freaking hilarious. So.
It's great. Daddy, chill.
Let's go to 2009 again. I'm going to mention these three real quick, and we'll save the best one for last for it. This one is the Vampire Diaries, the show about you guess it, vampires, released on September the 10th of 2009. This is on Max and Peacock, and with those ratings right there, especially the top ones, Letterboxd, that's a little concerning. But the other ones look good enough numbers that I might just add to the watch list just later on, but definitely it will go on the watch list for me. Then we got a movie called Pandarum. No idea what that movie is, and according to those numbers, just okay. And then the last one we have is a part of that 2000s remake craze. That's it. That's what I was trying to say. And Sorority Row released on September the 11th of 2009. And I totally disagree with those numbers. So that's just any comments about any of those three movies or two movies and TV show.
I have not seen the Vampire Diaries, but my mom likes it a lot, and Braden's sister likes it a lot. So, and Pandorum, have not seen that one. Didn't even know what that was, honestly, until you put it on the list. And then Sorority Row, though, I love Sorority Row. This movie is so much fun. Like you said, it's a remake. But really, I will agree with that. I do think it's better.
I agree with it, too.
Remake, of Last House on Sorority Row or something, right?
Yes, the last house on
House
Soror.
or
Mhm.
House on Sorority Row. I don't think it's Last House. I think it's House on Sorority Row. But
Yes.
honestly, it's also kind of like I Know You Did Last Summer, I would say. It's very, I think, loosely a remake. It takes like the concept a little bit, but it's definitely, it's not a remake. But I think this one's so much fun. This has some of the bitchiest characters in horror movies that you'll see, and I love them. I think the main bitch is Brie. I believe that's her name, because I just mentioned her for somewhere. I think it was on.
Is it the chick on Hangover 2 that was supposed to marry Phil?
I don't know. It's the blonde girl.
Because
It's the
that
main
chick is
bitch.
in that movie.
Oh, well, it's the main bitchy girl in Shorty
Good.
Row. I love her a lot. You have Carrie Fisher with a shotgun. Hilarious.
Yes, I loved Carrie Fisher in that movie.
She
I
is
thought she
so
was
funny.
fantastic.
But yeah, all the characters are funny. The killer itself, whatever. I don't think it's anything super. But the kills are violent. The weapon is really cool. It's like I haven't seen anything like it in like anything else. But yeah, the death scenes are very violent. The girls are very bitchy. House on Sorority Row. Yeah. Completely different. Like I said, a little bit of the same concept, but yeah. But I liked it a lot. I love movies like this. Better than I Know You Did. Ooh, that's bold. I don't know.
I hate to say this, I agree with that. The last rewatch I had of I Know What You Did Last Summer, it actually went really bad for me.
Look.
So I actually agree with Gavin on this one.
I just really love the vibes of I Know You Did Last Summer. Like I love the setting, like the Fisher town, like small town type of. I love that. I would have to rewatch Story Row again. I should rewatch that actually soon.
Add it
I
to
have
the
not
list.
seen it in a good while, but yeah, But there's so many. I love the brown pants. I love Jennifer Love Hewitt's outfit. I love the brown pants and the white
No,
top.
it's just that whole Jean overall. Like it's just whoever was like
What's
the
wrong with
kind of like
overalls?
the
I
clothing
want
department.
overalls.
Like Desi, like if you were in charge of the clothing department, you would have done so much better than whoever.
I love the outfits, and I Know You Did Last Summer. I just y'all don't have fashion taste. You don't have.
I'm sorry.
You know what it is? I
Okay?
watched Project Runway a lot growing up, so.
You know what? This is true. Brown pants over
Again,
brown pants.
I don't mind the brown panties in Friday 13th Part 2 because they're like a taupey brown, right? Like they're not.
Well,
there's a vision. You have to.
Well, it's just if you're a guy, like if you're in the shoes and a guy, that's probably not the first
No.
color of choice.
First of all.
Yeah.
First of all.
Can we move on? I don't want to get in more trouble. So let's see here. Brown pants were a thing back then. Brown was a very in color. I don't even understand that phrase. I must be.
I love brown pants.
All right, put in the chat right now. Brown panties or brown pants? What do you prefer?
What do you prefer? Let us know.
Yeah, please.
And which ones do you wear? And don't lie.
And I have to address this real quick because Sergeant Shady, I don't like your tone,
what
my
the
friend.
hell is even that?
I'll take broken English for $800. He's talking about me mispronouncing things all the damn time. And I'll take what is there we go. Let's see here. Sergeant Shady says red panties.
Go to Heather's comment.
Let's see here. Y'all should feel privileged just to see. Touche.
Yeah.
You know what? But Mark couldn't fucking do it now, couldn't he, Heather? Because he had a fucking machete into the face. So poor Mark.
That is so rude. I'm an earth sign. So that's crazy. Earth tones of old lady butts? What is that even? What?
What in the hell is going on with this show right now? Like
I don't know. We've lost any sort of
momentum.
But I'm very curious about all these opinions going on, actually. This is
Yeah.
for
So
you.
again, just let us know. And Aaron Click, I'm sorry you have to come in at the most random ass time right now of the show. So let's go on there, Aaron. I have cheetah paintings to go with that hat I have. Yep. Cheetah paintings
Cheetah's
are always a
nice. I like
go-to.
cheetah.
And then
Oh my God.
let's see here. Where? Oh, there it is. I have multiple pairs of brown pants. No shame. So there we go. I'm gonna say you are team brown pants. So let's see here. Is brown panties a okay? What the okay? So this is getting out of control. So we're just gonna move on for a minute because what the fuck? But I love you guys for it. This is why we love our chat so much. You all make this entertaining. But yeah, anything else about Sorority Row, Vampire Diaries, or Pandorum?
Mm-mm.
All right, because I'm going to get you back on the right track by putting down one of your your top 4 letterbox movies that you have, one of your top movies of all time. So let's go ahead, let's bring her out. Jennifer's Body, released on September the 18th of 2009. And yeah, I'm going to say, yeah, again, same thing for Sorority Row. Screw these numbers, except for the letterbox one. The letterbox one majorly improved than its first release. So happy that it's starting to get a cult following on the letterbox front, but everywhere else we need to raise those numbers up. So Destiny, I'm just going to let you take care of this segment right here. Your thoughts about Jennifer's Body.
This is one of my favorite movies. It's been one of my favorites for a really long time, probably since like the first time I've seen it. I saw it and I was pretty young, but yeah, love the movie. I think it's good. This one gets better with every watch. No matter how many times I've seen it, I still feel like because the humor, it's Diablo Cody, so the humor is very like quick and it's like go go go, and it's
And witty.
so some stuff like goes like over, like it's gone over my head. Especially, I just feel like obviously the more stuff I watch, the more I am able to understand references, of course. And so then I go back and I watch movies. I'm like, oh my God, I never even realized like what they were talking about, anything like that. I said Diablo. Anyways, but yeah, I love. No, I did not. You literally said you were drunk. I love Jennifer's Body. I think it's wonderful. Wonderful soundtrack. Through the Trees. My friend, my best friend Maddie and I, we listen to it just about like every time we're in the car. We have to. It's so good. And that part of the movie when Needy's at the dance and they're playing and she like realizes and they like kick into the song and she like drops the cup. Oh my God. Every time I watch it, like
running
my
down the
eyes,
street.
they're watering right now. Like I get like goosebumps. My eyes start watering. I think that is such a perfect moment. And like this is something I guess without, because I was so young when this came out and I was not on like the internet. I had no idea how like poorly this movie was like reviewed or anything like that. And it wasn't until I joined Killer Flicks and I kind of like realized that I had no idea until that point, which was kind of crazy that I'd gone all these years just kind of like no idea. I just knew I really loved it. And I watched it with Maddie. I showed it to her and we dressed up as Jennifer and Needy a couple of times. So yeah, I'm happy now. Obviously, it's definitely like a cult classic. Now I feel like it's everywhere. Now everyone loves it, like whatever. But yeah, it's a great movie. I can't blame them. No. But I do blame the people that were mean about it in the beginning. And you know what? If you think it's good now, I don't care. You should have liked it.
No, I agree, and I was on that team on first watch. If and second watch, when I understood the horror genre better and all that, I totally got what what the movie was going for, and like I agree with you too that this movie does get better on every watch, and plus you learn something different about that movie too, because it was like on the third watch I noticed that Chris Pratt was in the movie, and that is totally a lost hidden gem.
I love seeing the tweets where it's like, jump scare, Chris Pratt jump scare. And it is true because I always forget. Then I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh yeah, Chris Pratt. He is in here. Mm-hmm.
And then that one, and then of course a lot of great comedy moments of like it's all Wikipedia, like.
Oh yeah, there's so many.
And then the freaking smart bombs, so you just point them and shit happens. Like, like there's just so many good moments, and of course, I'm surprised no one in the chat has mentioned the kiss scene yet, because yes, we know about that. Still awesome, but yeah, but it was an important scene though, just to establish their friendship and all that. But yeah, just that movie is just awesome. Like, I agree with everything you just said on that. Let's see here. Just checking out the comments real quick. Yeah, some are saying that Ginger Snaps is better than Jennifer's Body, which both of them are like very similar movies within their own right.
Yeah, and I can't fault you for that. I love Ginger Snaps as well. I already watched it this year, and I am watching it again in October. Yeah, it's so much more than a kissing scene.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously,
Agreed.
Not everyone will see it for that way, but especially because like the interview with Diablo Cody and Jennifer, why did I say Jennifer? Megan Fox. It is so good, and then like kind of like breaking down and like talking about like what they wanted to do and like what their intentions were and like what the scene like is supposed to come across as. And of course, some people are going to just see it as like two hot girls making out. But yeah, there is a lot more to it than that. And it is about, female friendship and what if it could be more. And can you love your friends? Bold. And could that like blur the lines? Because sometimes that does happen. And that's how some people end up together. Is they are best friends and then they, all of a sudden they're together. And then it's just like, oh. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. But I also love Ginger Snaps. And I watched Jennifer's Body way before Ginger Snaps. But I watched Ginger Snaps, immediately fell in love. Catherine Isabel, of course, wonderful. Love her. So yeah, love Ginger Snaps.
Mm-hmm. And Ginger Snaps is also good. I only seen it once due to my recommendation, but in fairness, it's not just for my recommendation. It's for Des's recommendation to me with my 14 days of new horror movie watches. So you could thank her for me recommending that to you. So I always like to give credit where credit is due, but I appreciate it, Ashton. But yeah, anything else about Jennifer's Body? I know you can go a lot longer. Sorry, the other thing I want to mention too is the interview, like you said, where they talked about the marketing was such horseshit, which I absolutely agree. They missed probably one of the most mismarketed movies of all time.
Yeah.
So, and then Jennifer's Body is a great representation of some toxic female relationships. Bitches can be crazy. Yeah. I could agree with that. Brendan the Beldam. Yeah, I'm glad you actually brought this up. But would you say My Best Friend's Exorcism is Jennifer's Body's for another like generation? Yes, it could be. But My Best Friend's Exorcism is a very entertaining watch. It's not on the level of Jennifer's Body, in my opinion, but I think that movie is such a fun watch. Destiny, have you gotten the chance to see My Best Friend's Exorcism?
No.
Yeah. I would say it's just like low tier, like the middle low part of like your watch list. Just like if you're bored, watch it, because that's how I was one day. I was just so bored and I read the synopsis. I'm like, okay. And it's just fun for what it is. So, but definitely it's not on the same level as Jennifer's Body. All right. So that is all I had for 2009. Did you have anything else from 2009?
Nope, that's all I had.
Excellent. So let's go ahead and jump to 2014 here. Let's go with the first movie here. Or yeah, I'm going to do this movie first, and then we'll get your thoughts on the movie. I recommend you because I know you're excited to talk about it. The first, but it's not this one. But this one's Tusk. September the 19th of 2014. Yeah, this movie, I would say this movie is pretty decisive, or like it's just like split down of like you either enjoy this movie or you absolutely hate the hell out of this thing. I'm not the biggest. I'm like right down the middle, actually. Like, it's just like I didn't like some of the directions this movie took, but at the same time, it's so unique. I couldn't quit watching. And then just of course that last scene is always just sketched to my brain for the rest of my lifetime. And that's just where I'm like, fuck, Justin, can you just do a movie where you're just not, punished? Or dead, pretty much. But Destiny, what about you? What are any thoughts on Tusk?
I was not a fan of this one. Like, obviously, it's weird. It's strange. Like, it is what it is on purpose. And they do execute that, I think. But, like, it just in my opinion, I don't like it. For one, I do not like body, like, mutilation, especially with skin stuff. So, like, this is literally awful. Like, this is, like, my worst nightmare. I hate skin, but especially that. That being said, I've seen, like, a little tusk, like, a little one. Honestly, I kind of want them. I think it's kind of cute. Like, a little one. But big one, terrifying, gross, don't like it. Not a big fan of the movie. I will say the girlfriend, though, I did like her because she has like this monologue part where she's just staring at the camera, and I was like, you know what? She's doing actually pretty good. So I do think, everyone does well in the movie. I just don't like the movie itself, like, so yeah.
It's like I liked everything that's like not that involves the skin and the tusk situation. Like, it's just everything outside of it. I actually liked it a little bit better. I know that's weird to say because you're not supposed to like that part. You're supposed to like the stupid shit that it does. But yeah, this movie is just weird. That's the best way I can describe this movie. If you like weird, check it out. Let's see. The kid from The Sixth Sense and Johnny Depp are also in. Dude, I totally forgot Johnny Depp was in this movie. I knew the kid from The Sixth Sense was, but I totally forgot Johnny Depp was in this movie because I think he was the officer.
Yeah.
So, let's see here. All right, man, I'm going to let you get to this. This is the movie that I recommended for you and was very shocked that you have not seen this movie. So I picked it immediately when you sent me over your list. So that movie is The Guest with Dan Stevens and we mentioned earlier Mika Monroe. This was released on September 17th of 2014. Great numbers all around. Even though the IMDb one's maybe a little low, but it's a fair rating. And I actually get the argument of that people prefer this movie over your next. I don't personally understand that, but I can respect it because The Guest, very, very damn good movie. And Stan Stevens is having a great year in horror right now. So, again, a good time to watch a Dan Stevens movie. So, Destiny, what are your thoughts about this recommendation? What are your thoughts about The Guest?
I really enjoyed this one. I mean, going into it, all I knew is that Micah Monroe's in it. And it had good soundtrack because I've seen it like on vinyl and people like talk about the music in it. And that was it though. Had no idea what the story was about. I had no idea up until because I had watched Abigail when it first came on Peacock, and so that was the first like Dan Stevens movie I think I've seen. And so I had no idea this was even him, even though like I've seen the cover so many times. He does look kind of different. It might just be the freaking glasses, honestly. The glasses make him look so different. It literally is like a Superman situation. It's like, who is that guy? I don't know. But watching this, I thought this was so good. I mean, it was like, I was still just like, oh, I didn't know like that's what it was. I didn't know this is what it's going to be about. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Because I do also remember like people are like, oh, there might be a second one, And so I was just like, huh. And then could be a second one, sure, yeah, that does not surprise me, but I really liked it. I loved Micah Monroe in this. I thought she looked so cool. Loved her makeup, loved her style, her bedroom. When you saw her room, I was like, that is literally my dream room. It was just so beautiful. Loved it. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one a lot. And it has the guy from Sweet Home Alabama. I don't know anyone's name right now. The guy from Sweet Home Alabama, and it also has the guy from Hatchet and Shark Knight 3D. He's in it. He kind of plays like a pothead. But yeah, I like this one a lot.
Brendan Mayer, Leland Oyser, Lance Reddick. Anything ring a bell?
I don't know.
Ethan Embry, I remember him, and Joe David Moore. Oh, and AJ Bowen because he was freaking that asshole from Your Next.
Yeah.
So, oh, Denise, what's going on there, Denise? How are you? Hey everyone, sorry I'm late. How is everyone ready for the spooky season? Denise, we are so ready for spooky season.
Yes, we are.
And then, and what would you rate the movie out of 1 through 5?
I'm trying to think. I think I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Not
Just because, yeah, it was, like I said, some stuff I was still a little confused on. Mainly the guest, I would say. The main question, I was like, wait, but still, hold up, I'm not done with, sorry. But yeah, other than that, I thought it was so well acted all around, shocking. A lot of like really shocking moments, really violent, just like, oh fuck, they really did that. Yeah, 4 stars.
Nice. And then, and the only thing I remember, I need to rewatch this movie. It's been such a long time. It's that bar scene where he just starts beating the shit out of everybody. I just thought that scene was awesome.
And you know what? And then on the counterpoint, can I just say that Brayden got me to fucking another TV show that I'm watching is Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
And can I just say, so far we're only on I've watched 2 episodes of the first season. And can I just say awful, terrible. I genuinely cannot deal with this show, but also it's just like seeing him fight this group of guys. I'm like, this is how this scene should have been done. And if you've seen whatever episode where that freaking spoiler alert for an episode of Cobra Kai from the first season.
If it's the earlier ones, then yeah, most people I would assume have already seen it.
Okay, blonde guy. And also I've never even seen Karate Kid except for the Jaden Smith one. Okay. So which there's a whole recap in the first episode. So you're like getting an idea. So you have guy from freaking The Outsiders, and then you have this blonde kid fighting. And then this blonde kid, spoiler alert for the Karate Kid, he loses. And he's still mad about it. All these years later, he's like almost 40, and he's still pissed off. And I'm like, dude, this is actually kind of pathetic. But anyways, then he's fighting these high school kids. And I was like, this is one of the worst shot things I've ever seen. I can't believe I'm watching this. And he says it gets better, and I freaking hope it does. But Jesus, right now.
From a story perspective, it does get better. And the fight scenes get a little bit better.
Literally better, or else I can't watch this. And he's like, well, I watched all of Twin Peaks for you. I was like, okay, but like the quality,
that's
though.
fair.
But the quality, it's crazy. He literally was like, whoopah, whoopah. And I was just like, there's no way. But as long as it gets better. But right now, the blonde man, I cannot take this man seriously. Every time he's on screen, I just want to laugh. I'm like, dude, but
he gets so much better, though. I'll tell you that. He gets so much better.
But Brayden said the same thing. It's called a character arc. I'm like, okay, but right now he's pathetic. And I can't, I physically don't want to watch him.
That's the point.
But I don't want to watch that.
I know, but like, and here's the deal too. I don't blame you for that though, because of the fact that you haven't watched Karate Kid. So, that's reaction to the first 2 episode reviews by Destiny right there. I do not blame you for that at all. But from a story perspective and the characters involved, I think you'll like it a little bit better as it goes on. Hopefully, if not, then you're in for a rough 6 seasons.
Yeah, I hope it does.
So let's see here. Got 2 quick questions. Oh, and yeah, with the Gasfo, I give it a 4 out of 5 as well. Like that scene was cool. Yeah, and the third act is just awesome. So yeah, so that is the guest, and yeah, we're doing good on time a little bit. So I'll take these 2 questions real quick. Miss Erica asked, what do y'all think of Beetlejuice 2?
I
You want
loved
to go
it.
first?
I thought it was great. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree. It's a lot of fun. And I said in my written review, this movie's going to be studied for time because this is how you're supposed to do a legacy sequel. Exactly what they did with making old characters still the old characters while making the new characters good and making the story fresh. Like, it is the perfect blueprint on a successful legacy sequel. So Beetlejuice 2 was fucking phenomenal. I would say at this point it's in my top 5 movies of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. And Jamie asked, this is just a solo question for you here. The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Have you ever seen it? She liked it a lot.
I have not, but I do want to give that a watch at some point as well. It's just like I wasn't really into series like whatsoever, but recently that's what I've been trying to watch more of. Like the list of shows I've seen is bare, like literally almost like nothing because I don't watch shows, so there's a lot I have not seen. So I would like to give that a try as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I would too. Plus, it has a young Karen Shipka in it, and she plays Sabrina, and I love her from Totally Killer. So definitely would love to give that a watch. And from my memory, it is on Netflix. Is where you can check that out. I believe 2 seasons and like a little special Halloween special they did. Let's see here, and then we'll get one more quick one, then we'll get back on track. Did you see the Sinners trailer?
No,
That's the one with
I
Michael
know who's
B.
in it.
Jordan. Yeah, yeah. Well, I was just telling the chat too. And plus,
They know who's in it too.
okay, I won't mention her name because me and Brayden
No, whatever.
talked
I've
about
not
it.
seen it though, but
But yeah,
sure
I
what's
thought just in a nutshell, it has me interested with what the hell's going on with that trailer with the story. So I'm in for next year.
yeah, I'm curious to see what it is though. I don't even know. I just saw who was casted. I didn't watch the trailer because I've also been trying to stay clear of trailers, so I don't even know what's going on in it. But
It does a good job not saying anything. But I will say this. If you don't want to get spoiled, do not read Letterboxd synopsis. They already put the synopsis on there, and I'm kind of pissed off I accidentally saw that. So avoid Letterboxd. I think you're okay watching the trailer. It doesn't give too much away. It's a perfect teaser trailer. So, but here in a couple of months, they will actually release a trailer and fuck the whole thing up because that's Hollywood. All right. Anything else from 2014?
nope.
All right. So we're going to move on to 2019 here. We got a couple of things here. And what I'll do is I'm just going to go from bottom to top here versus top to bottom. I'll go and just see. Yeah, I'll do 2 at a time. We'll do it like that. The first one is the Creep Show series that's on Shudder. Actually, hey, happy anniversary, 5 years. So congratulations to Creep Show on Shudder right now. If anyone's interested, very good ratings right there. And then the next one, again, speaking of Monroe, here's another one of hers. It's called Villains, released on September the 20th of 2019. Very solid numbers all around. So I've always had this on my watch list, but now I might move it a little bit higher after seeing the ratings for this movie. So Destiny, have you seen either Villains or the Creep Show series?
I have not seen the Creep Show series. Just haven't gotten around to it because I've just heard like mixed things about it. But with Villains, I had started Villains one day downstairs, and then we had paused it because we were like cooking dinner or whatever, and didn't get back around to it. So I want to finish it though because it was on my watch list forever. Because Micah Monroe, Bill Skarsgård.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. But yeah, what I had seen, I was enjoying so far, and I was like probably 20 minutes or so into it. So I do want to go back and rewatch it. But yeah, Creep Show, I just don't have an interest in that right now, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
There's
I'm
just
the
so
same
much
way.
else to watch.
Yeah, I'm the same way, and plus I'm just more interested in getting into Creepshow 2 because I hear that Creepshow 2 is better than Creepshow 1. Even though I had a really good time with the first Creepshow. But yeah, the series, I'm not in the rush for it. And Villains, like you said, definitely I want it on it's definitely on my watch list, but it might actually go a little bit higher after seeing some of those numbers. Yeah, Denise, we'll get your question real quick. Did you see about Terrifier 4? They already announced it before even Terrifier 3 had a national release. Thoughts about that? About announcing a movie before even seeing the results of another movie?
I mean, it's kind of like, it's like surprising in a way, but I guess in a way it's not, because if they do want to keep this going as a franchise, like, it makes sense that they're going to keep going. But I mean, like, where it could take place, like, we have no idea yet. Because Blu-ray, I was literally gonna say that it should be an Easter movie just to keep like the holidays. No, it should be New Year's.
I was literally thinking, like, I was like, oh, I bet you Terrifier 4 just for a joke. It was going to be him in an Easter bunny outfit.
I think it should be a New Year's Eve slasher because there's not a whole lot of those, and then they can just keep going. Because then after that, I mean, Valentine's Day. Aw.
Mm-hmm.
Art can have a girlfriend. That could be cute.
Hey, he already does have a girl. Ugh, God almighty. I don't know about that. But no, honestly, I thought Terrifier 3 was going to be it. I thought they were just going to wrap everything up with Terrifier 3. But apparently, Damien Leone has other plans. So, but you know what? If he's keep on making money off this property, let him keep on making it. Or I'm with Gavin there. Gavin, my man. Terrifier 4 takes Manhattan. I'm down for that.
What about just take him to space?
Oh my god, then that's space where all horror movies go to die unless if you're Alien or Event Horizon. Let's see here. I have a good feeling about New Year's. There you go. I always love when you have a good feeling. All right, so let's go with two more movies here. This one is Bloodline with Sean William Scott on the poster right there. Released on September the 25th, 2019. Okay, not the greatest numbers on Tomatoes. Everywhere else, though, not too bad. Available for rent right now for $3.99 if you are interested. And then there's this one. 3 from Hell, released on September the 16th of 2019. And yeah, those numbers, in my opinion, should be a lot lower than that because I did not like this movie whatsoever. I just feel like, more importantly, it was not needed. And I hate when you force a movie that's not needed. And then Bloodline, I've not seen, and I'm honestly not in the kind of like a rush to see it. So, Destiny, your thoughts about these two movies?
Yeah, I don't mind 3 from Hell that much. Do I think it was like, no, I don't think it was needed like at all. Did I like seeing some of the characters back though? Like, yeah. But yeah, was it needed? No. But do I think like, and honestly, I don't even think about it that often. Like, a lot of times in my head, it's still just like the first 2 movies. Bloodline I don't have, but Chad did send me, so I do own it. But I have not watched it. Because I don't know.
Yeah, and of course, R.I.P. Sig Heg. That's just, that's the part of it. It's just, plus that, exactly, Blu-ray. The Devil's Reject was the perfect ending. Exactly. So that's why I hated the whole idea of them doing this one, because they ruined such one of the great endings in horror movie history, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see here. Sean William Scott was really good in Wrath of Becky. Oh, I didn't know he was in that movie. I just know he's gotten a bad rep because we all know him as Steve Stetler from American Pie. That is pretty much the height of his career. And Gavin says 31 over 3 from Hell. I absolutely agree with that statement. So, Gavin, we're 2 for 2 so far in agreeing with each other right now.
I'd agree with that as well.
So, Let's see here. All right, we're good there. And then the last, and we'll do these one at a time because these are just like big ones that we definitely got to talk about. Want to get input on. That first one being Haunt, released on September the 13th of 2019, available on Amazon and Tubi. Look at that right there. Look at that Rotten Tomato audience score. One of the very few on Rotten Tomatoes that has had a solid undefeated 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. I believe the other one is the Terminator, with the critic review having 100%. And we'll actually talk about that one next month too, because Terminator is getting ready to celebrate a huge anniversary. But Destiny, what about you, Fo? What do you think about this movie, Haunt?
I love Haunt. It's another Halloween movie that I've already watched this year, like earlier this year, because I was missing October. But I will be rewatching it again this October. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So good. It flies by. It's so fast, so easy to watch. I love it so much. I remember like watching it the first time. It was on the last drive-in. Haunt and Hack-O-Lantern, one of the best double features ever. But yeah, I really like this one a lot. I think it's just so much fun.
Mm-hmm. No, it absolutely is. And plus, Damien Maffei as the Red Devil with his classic makeup. He was really good in that. And then, speaking of which, little segue for Goodwill Haunting season, where me, Brad, and Chris are going to be doing our final girls tournament for Fright Fight. And I will tell you who absolutely is going to be on that tournament. And that is probably, in my opinion, one of the most underrated final girls of all time, of Harper, because that she was so damn good in that movie, and even the actress too. It's just her story and everything. It was really compelling. It was very interesting. You wanted to know what was going on with her, and then yeah. I would love to see a Haunt too, but I'm just not sure how you can do it after how the first movie ended. You could do a prequel. I'd be down for a prequel just to see how all of this started, because like just like with the first house, like the first people with the house before that group that we see in Haunt, that could be an interesting idea for a prequel. Let's see here. And Des got me to watch Hack-O-Lantern. It was interesting to say the least. Hey, there you go. Then Sergeant Sergeant. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's not been a good day speaking. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and do this.
Shame!
Of course, it had to be Sergeant Shitty Pickles. I will take the words for 800, and there we go. He makes me fuck up a saying. So that is shitty. Oh my god! Hey, stay shitty, my friend. Gavin says Funhouse Massacre is bad, but it's a fun watch. Similar kind of movie. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I watched. Wait, it's a Funhouse Massacre, Gavin, or just Funhouse or the Funhouse? Because I watched the Funhouse, and I know I'm going to get a lot of shit for this, but I wasn't into it at all. I know you were a fan of it.
Wait.
So that's why I'm just clarifying. So, Gavin, is it Funhouse Massacre or is it just the Funhouse you meant?
Yeah, if it's Funhouse Massacre, I've not seen that.
Yeah, never. I didn't even know such a thing existed.
No, yeah, I've seen the Funhouse. I've not seen the Funhouse Massacre. I don't know what that is. Well, I saw that has Robert Englund.
Yeah, from 2015.
Yeah. Robert Englund.
Oh, and the last thing too. What about your thoughts about with Haunt? What were your thoughts about the whole "you want to see my face"?
That part, like, I remember being completely like, because at first I was like, "Oh, this is kind of cheesy," and then that part I was like, "Oh my god!" So yeah, pretty surprising movie, I would say.
Yeah, and speaking of the whole what I said earlier about teeth scenes, be ready. So definitely be ready. And then the last movie I have for 2019 We got this movie called It Chapter 2, released on September the 6th of 2019. And I was impressed with the audience score, with it being 78. I thought it would be lower, but again, that's just the impact that Bill Skarsgård's Pennywise had at the time. So, Desi, we know about the story about the It Chapter 1. What is your story with It Chapter 2?
I saw this in theaters. I was so excited because I loved It Chapter 1. So I was very excited for this one. And I remember seeing like the reviews for it. They weren't great. And I was like, oh, damn it. But, I went. I had a great time. I laughed a lot. I bawled my eyes out. And I actually remember because my boss at the time, her and her husband, they were there watching the movie as well, like randomly. And then I saw them like walking out and I was crying. And she was like, why are you crying? And I was like, did we literally not just watch the same movie or what? And she's like, oh. I was like, I am personally connected to these characters. Miss Ma'am, I am upset right now. I love it. I know it gets a lot of like flack and people say it's not as good as the first one, which I agree. I don't think it is. But that's just because like the first one just is so charming, I think. But I like this one. I like it a lot. Do I watch it as much as the first one? No. I do need to give this one a rewatch. I rewatched it, I think, last year, like at work, or maybe the year before that, like at work. And guess what? I started crying again. And I'll probably always cry. But I still enjoy this one. Do I think some of it like makes sense? No. Especially like listening to the Pod Mortem episodes where they cover like the It miniseries and It Chapter 1 and 2 and talk about the book as well, to like talk about like some of the differences. Do I like fully agree with some stuff even they did in Chapter 1? No. I do think some stuff makes more sense like in the miniseries and in like the novel, but whatever. But yeah, I enjoy it. Nice. The CGI is a little wonky, but
Yeah. I was about to say the CGI did not do that movie any favors, but like Gavin, I think said it perfectly. Perfectly casted, which I think is one of the best perfectly casted movies I've ever seen, but poorly executed. And plus it was just a lot of like, hey, we're gonna go on an adventure. Scare. Okay, grab my tool. Hey, here's another character. Here's another character. Another one. And we did that for like a hour and a half, and then that was at the point where I was like, can we just get to the third act, please? Like, I understand why they did it. Like, I understand why, just to develop like the characters and what they've gone through and all that, but I felt like we could have done it in a lot shorter time and just better execution of it. But the old lady one, I still have a shitload of nightmares from that because I will never unsee that.
Also, one of my favorite parts of the movie, it's of course Bill Hader. Also, like Richie is my favorite character from Chapter 1. I also love Finn Wolfhard and Bill Hader. So like both of them together, amazing. Anyways, but it's the yippee-ki-yay mother, and when he throws and the deadlights get him, and he just everything drops at it, and the like bass and the music too kicks in. Again, that, and also the part with oh my god, what is it? It's with Beverly and with Ben, and it's with the blood.
Yeah, the blood. Yes.
Yeah, and it's when like the camera like shifts over, and oh my god, again, I rewatched that part so many times because like this is cinematic, like a masterpiece. Like this right here, crazy shit I've ever seen. So yeah, again, a lot of it does have some wonky CGI, but I do think there are some pretty great moments, like some standout moments within the movie. But yeah, the Bill Hader, the yippee-ki-yay, and the throwing and the deadlights and the drop of everything, it's one of my favorite moments of the whole movie. I think it's so good.
Oh yeah, that scene was great. The James McAvoy scene when he's in that the glass house and all that, I thought that scene was awesome. So yeah, there was still some good things to it, but again, it's just, and I want to bring up this one real quick. To be fair, they did the same thing in chapter 1, talking about like the rinse and repeat with each character. Yeah, that's true, but at the same time, what chapter 1 did, it was better executed than what chapter 2 did, in my opinion. I feel like that's the difference.
Yeah, and I just feel like there's something like, and honestly, I have not seen the miniseries since I was probably like 15 or 16, so it's been quite a while. I'm way like overdue for a rewatch. But even with that, like I found the adult stuff not nearly as compelling as the kid stuff. And I feel like for me it's just kind of like the same thing with this. I love the kids. I think they're so good. The 2017 is so good. And I remember it was probably like a few months. Well, it was before any trailers or anything like that, any casting. So it was like after 2017, I was sitting there and it hit me that they would be mainly adults in this one. And then we would just see them flashback as kids. And I literally got so upset. I was like, wait, that's not funny. Like, this is not even going to be the same thing at all. So already going into it, I was like, you might not feel as connected, with this one. Like, it might not be like that same charm, just because I felt like the chemistry with the kid actors was just so good. And their comedic timing was so good. And yeah, it was just the same thing like in the miniseries for me. The adult storyline, when they're all together, like I just don't feel, because there's not like that whimsiness, I think, about it. And they do try to capture that, but I don't know.
No, and another thing too is kids are like children are just more vulnerable than adults are too. Like so, like you care more about the kids because it's harder for a kid to defend himself versus an adult. And plus, just an adult to be scared of Pennywise, though, I kind of almost in a way don't buy it because like if you're an adult, if then just a CGI clown comes at you, you wouldn't probably react that the way that they did. But at the same time, that could again, that's childhood drama, like trauma. And then so I just felt like part 1 is easily better. Part 2, like you said, it has some good moments, but again, Gavin said best in my opinion. Perfectly casted, but poor execution. So don't worry, we got one more year left. I think we will send everyone packing because I'm the same way. So did you have anything else from 2019?
I do. I actually have 3 more.
Go for
and I've
it.
only seen 2 of them, so I'm going to run through it. And these are definitely like not theatrical, like streaming releases, I'm sure. Hell House LLC 3, Lake of Fire. Horrible movie. I watched that this year. Literally so bad. Couldn't stand it. I think there's one good moment. There's one good moment, and then there is a woman that looked like Chapel Roan. That was it. Everything else did not like. Another movie called Sea Fever, which has Sally Hardesty from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022.
Ooh,
And a woman from Mandy. She is in this, and this is aquatic, not like necessarily even like creature feature because it's more like parasitic in a way. But there's some like pretty good body horror, I would say, in this. But it is quite slow, so I don't know if it's like fully worth the watch. But there are definitely some parts where I was like, damn, that actually got me kind of interested. But that's like been on Hulu forever, so I'm sure it still might be there. The last one is, Mandy shout out. I do love Mandy. I do love it. I need to rewatch it. It's been a while. Such a good movie, though. The Cleansing Hour, which I do see this one talked a lot about when like talking about like scariest movies on Shudder. And everyone talks about The Cleansing Hour. I think it's a little bit longer. Maybe that's the reason why I haven't watched it yet, but I do want to give it a watch. The Cleansing Hour. And it has a poster where the person's like that.
Yeah.
Like he's like twisted.
There you go. So if you're interested in any of those 3 movies, be sure to check it out, except for Hell House LLC 3, because even Raymond said it is the worst Hell House movie.
It was so, and literally, I remember watching it, and I posted on my story. I was like, it literally feels like I've been watching this forever, and it had been 20 minutes. Like, this is the longest movie in my life, and it's only like an hour and 20 minutes. It's a short movie. That's why I watched it. I wanted something fast. The second movie, look, even the first Hell House LLC, I'm not the biggest fan of. I think it's a little bit overhyped. I give it 2.5 out of 5 stars. I don't think it's that
Dare
scary.
you?
Whatever. Watching the second one, worse than the first one, but still manageable. This one, I was like, they did not even try. But the fourth one, Carmichael Manor, oh, bitch, that's a good one. That's an actual, that one's scary. That one was actually pretty creepy. So that one's probably my favorite one. I want to give that another watch, I think, this October. But
I
yeah.
think you should give Hell House LLC another watch too, because
I watched that one this year, though. I watched it this year.
my favorite found footage flick. That movie creeps me out from
That's your
beginning to end.
favorite?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like a close race between that and Carmichael. I was really impressed with Carmichael because Carmichael actually got me 2 good jump scares on that one. But it's just the eerie atmosphere with the first one, just the mystery of the unknown of what the hell's going on. That's why I love the first one. Let's see here. And Raymond says the cleansing hour is an underrated gem to me. So there you go. So hell yeah. And then I gave the first no, not you too, Heather. A 1 star and tapped out of the franchise. Thanks, Des. I feel seen. I thought I was the only one that hated it.
Look, I do think there are like some good moments in it. Don't get me wrong. Like the clowns I think are creepy. Especially the like main one, because that was like such a popular costume too. I would see people dressed up as that clown, like that similar like black and white clown. And so seeing it every time I'm like, ooh, that's so spooky. But besides a couple, I think of like fine little scares, I don't care. But I'll probably watch it in October. Maybe not this October.
Oh.
I've already watched it this year. So it's not like it's been a couple years since I've seen it. I did try it again, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a fresh watch. And then it ended. I was like, no, it's still 2.5 stars. That's exactly what I remembered it to be. But I will watch Carmichael Manor again this year, though.
That's a good... Yeah, that's a good call. And plus, we'll talk about its anniversary next month, too. 1 year anniversary. So... absolutely. And let's see. Okay, I think we're good there. Oh, sorry there, Davey. Davey, what's going on, man? Davey Defray. Hopefully all is going well with you, my friend. Great show with Killa from Mel from My Killer Podcast last night. Great show. Let's see here. All right. That was it. Oh, yeah, you did that. So let's go ahead and jump to the last year, which is the movies from last year. So because we got to make sure they get their roses as well. So with the first one, actually, I'll just do 2 at a time here. Well, the last 2, we'll go 1 at a time, but we'll go with these 2 real quick. This is The Nun 2. I fought so hard for this movie last year. I was a big defender of all the hate, the hype around it. And then once I watched it, see that 73%, I think that's a easily appropriate rating right there. It's that 73 from the audience right there. I definitely thought this was easily a step up from the first one. Is it still the best one within the Conjuring franchise? No. It's just still in that like middle tier ranking of the Conjuring universe with the ranking. But I just thought everything was done so much better than the first one. So Destiny, have you gotten the chance to see The Nun 2?
Well, I saw some of The Nun 2. Because this is the one that Brayden and I saw in theaters.
You fell asleep.
Yeah. So, and I still have not gone back to try to. Gavin, I'm trying to hurry up. I'm literally tired. It is my bedtime.
We're trying. I know. We're trying. I've noticed it.
What the hell? I feel so. Tomorrow's Friday. Anyways, okay.
Yep.
The Nun 2. Maybe I should go back and give it a watch. Maybe I will. I'm not in a rush to. See, Raymond said it was good. Brandon said it's fun. I remember waking up and there was a goat, and then I fell back asleep, and then I woke up for the ending credits, and I was like, "Whoa, how the hell did that happen?" Because I'm a very light sleeper, and we're in like close to the screen too in this theater, just passed right out. But yeah, obviously, like the first one's not great. So in comparison, maybe the expectations are low. So is it good or is it good in comparison? That's kind of like what I'm worried for. But everyone's saying, it's good. So maybe I'll give it a watch. next year. I have too much stuff on my plate right now. I can't do that right now.
There you
Because
go.
I'm trying to crack down. Like I said earlier, get my numbers up. Taking this seriously. No, not taking it seriously. Doing it for fun. But yeah, the Nun 2, I just don't care right now to watch it.
Or what it really is, and you can be honest with me, you just don't want to watch it just to say, you know what, Brett was right. I will be a defender of the Nun too.
Look, the way it was going, I don't think I'm going to be a defender of it. Because I'm not saying like I watched like 3 minutes of it and then, hey,
Wait,
I'm
what we got?
spreading out the shows. So it's not like I'm watching them all at once. But watching it, like what I'd seen so far with like Frenchie and everything like that, I was like, no, we're not doing this. But whatever. Crack.
There you go. So that is the Nun 2, and here's another one right here. It Lives Inside, released on September the 22nd of 2023. I actually saw this in the theater, and I remember just thinking it was just okay, but now I honestly do not remember this movie enough to tell you what the hell is going on, because what I just remember, it just tackled just like a different creature, from like a different like demonic creature in a different religion, and it's a religion that doesn't touch upon a lot of horror movies. I just forgot the damn religion's name, so not disrespect to the religion. So Desi, have you even seen this or heard of it or anything?
I had heard of it. I remember seeing like the trailer for it, and then seeing a couple people talk about it, but I didn't see it. I didn't get to see it. I can't remember if my theater is showing it or not, because mine is very like selective when it comes to movies, especially horror though. But yeah. But then whenever I didn't hear like not bad things, but not great things either, just meh. So I was like, oh. Which is kind of what I figured from the trailer. But
Yeah. Like, again, it was cool, but just the sucky part is I just totally forgot about it even a year later. So I can't defend this movie, but yeah, so just in the middle, yeah, that deadly spot on Letterboxd for you and I, that's just a solid 3 out of 5 where all movies go get forgotten. So the next movie here, definitely will not forget about this movie. I definitely remember this one. This one came out of nowhere on streaming, and this was on Hulu, still is, for No One Will Save You, released on September the 22nd on, again, Hulu. I'm surprised with the audience score right there, because I felt like more people within like Killer Flicks and our groups, that people really did dig this movie a lot. And I remember digging it too, and I thought they did a great job displaying kind of like the spacey type element. I don't want to give too much away. With kind of like the hidden them in the dark and the CGI. I thought they did a really good job like hiding the CGI of those creatures. And the main girl too. I just thought she was really awesome too. And she's also going to be in The Last of Us season 2. So I'm excited to see her again. Destiny, what about you, Fo? Sorry, I had to remember the damn title again. No One Will Save You.
I really enjoyed this movie. This one was so much fun. Like you said, it kind of like came out of nowhere. Then all of a sudden everyone was talking about it. I was so excited to watch it. I think it lived up to the hype. I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, the ending, was a little bit, I was like, oh, but so much of it, I thought it was so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely was, and it was a standout, I think. Maybe because, like, you go in, there's like almost no expectations, kind of. Well, like everyone started talking about it, but all of a sudden this new thing just drops. And you're like, oh, then you watch it. Like I love, a lot of people, we talk about streaming a lot and stuff, and obviously like I love going to the theater. But when movies like this just come out to streaming, like randomly, like just drops, literally, that is so cool. I love that. Like the same thing with like Fear Street and stuff like that. I love when things like that happen, because then everyone's talking about like the same thing at once, and it's so much more like accessible, I think, than just like going to the theater, because not everyone can just go to the theater. So,
right,
I personally love that.
Yeah, and plus it's just these type of movies too. I kind of wish they did get a theater release, because I feel like they could be better. Like even like with gosh, 2022 with like Hellraiser and Orphan First Kill. Like they got like streaming releases. Like they got a short theater release, but it's like you said, they got that theater release or the streaming release, and everybody was talking about it all at once. So I like that approach too. But yeah, this movie was I definitely remember enjoying it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see here. And then the last movie we got, we saved the best for last. It is the phenomenon on Saw X or Saw 10. Yeah, and that poster, I love that poster, by the way, too. But this was released on September the 29th of 2023. So 3 days away before y'all have to put this movie on to celebrate an anniversary. Great numbers all around. But the thing I remember is that a lot of people like thought the trailer was good, but they were very concerned about this movie. As I was very concerned with the movie. I was like, okay, we're kind of going backwards between 1 and 2. Not really sure how all this was going to play out. But honestly, I really love this movie. It's definitely in my top 3 of within the Saw franchise. I was definitely blown away with everything that they did. Like Tobin Bell was incredible. Seeing Shawnee Smith again was awesome. And more than anything, definitely the traps were really, really awesome. So just I could talk very good things about this flick. Sorry, hold on, man. We got a little bit of technical difficulty there. Let's see here. Okay. Sorry, little technical difficulty, but we are all back. But yeah, the traps and everything with Saw X was awesome. Definitely my favorite trap in that one from my memory. I just love the freaking piano wire trap because I thought that one was super creative and it just set the tempo throughout the rest of the movie so perfectly. So Des, what about you? How did you feel about Saw X?
I enjoyed Saw X. I definitely don't think it was like as crazy as people are saying it was. You know, like when I saw this one with Brayden and we were at a theater, we could order food. And I was like, oh, you know, oh, wait, can you hear me? Is Chad fucking with me?
No, I can hear you.
You asshole.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Chad.
The best French fries ever were at that
I was
theater.
about to mention, is that the one with the French fries that you keep talking about this day?
The sauce, I don't know what it was, man. Those fries are so good. But yeah, seeing that in theaters, eating my burger and Brayden's fries, very good. And it was a good time. I had fun. I don't think the movie was like super like stand out. I definitely didn't like it as much as Brayden did, but that was fine. But I do agree. I do think it might. Well, I don't know if it. Maybe it's my fourth favorite. Maybe my third. But yeah, I'm not the biggest Saw fan besides like the first 3, really. Besides that, though, whatever. So I do enjoy this one because they're with the characters that I do like. But yeah, Saw 10 I enjoyed.
Yeah, and I'm with you. The first 3 movies, I think, is one of the best horror trilogies out there. Because after that, like they just kept going a little downhill. But yeah, Saw X kind of helped rejuvenate the excitement for this franchise. So I'm looking forward to seeing, like Blu-ray says, hopefully Saw 11 is good as Saw X. Trust me, I am too. You do all that and then just to disappoint with 11 would not be a good look. And then Gavin, here we go again. I can't even make it past Saw 1 to see this 10th one. Franchise isn't my thing. At least you said that like the torture porn genre is not really your thing. But I would even say the first one was not really even the torture porn of it. It was just a really good, solid horror movie, in my opinion. So let's see here. I love the first 6 Saw movies and Saw X. There you go. So anything, and that is actually all I had for 2023. Did you have anything else from 2023?
I did, and again, these are all hitting streaming. But stop motion, which actually, hold on, I lied. Stop motion was shown at a film festival, so that was different. But stop motion, which came to streaming this year on Shudder. That was all right. Totally Killer. Enjoyed that one. Amazon Prime. I remember watching that. I think the date came to Amazon Prime. Enjoyed that one. Also, I think that same day was Pet Sematary Bloodlines, because I remember we watched Bloodlines. Brady and I did first. Then we watched Totally Killer, which is a lot more fun and way better in my opinion. But yeah, so stop motion, Totally Killer, and Pet Sematary Bloodlines.
There you go. And yeah, I think from my notes, again, like you gotta love not having an actual movie sci-fi. Well, son of a bitch, yeah, I pulled the Malignant, totally forgot about Totally Killer, so my apologies on that. So son of a bitch. I thought I was finally on a good streak, but yeah, Totally Killer, as it is, it's Totally Killer. Like Karen Shipka that we mentioned earlier from the Chilling of Sabrina. That movie is just a lot of fun. Fun time travel horror movie. Kind of like reminds you about Happy Death Day. So very fun movie. Absolutely give that a watch on Amazon. Yeah, and people are agreeing in the chat. Perfect. And that was it for 2023. That is all the movies I got. So let's wrap up with the best and the worst, and let's just get on everybody to bed. Worst of September. These are the movies to absolutely stay away from, and that is from the Rotten Tomatoes for the critics. They had Resident Evil Apocalypse, stay away. Sorority Row from the audience with 33. I highly disagree with that, so definitely give that a watch in my opinion. Not going to attempt to say that word on IMDb, so just prove that it's bad. And then The Nun 2 with a 2.3 on Letterboxd. I disagree with that as well. But again, if you're a fan of the Conjuring franchise, give it a watch. So those are the worst. And then the best from the Rotten Tomatoes for the critics is The Guest and Shaun of the Dead tied at 92. Haunt, yet again, 100% on Rotten Tomatoes with the audience. And then Shaun of the Dead dominates everything else with IMDb and Letterboxd. So those are the best and the worst. So Destiny, anything else before I wrap us up?
Out of all those, if you haven't seen it, watch Stir of Echoes, because that's probably my favorite thing on this list, I think.
No, I agree. Yeah, if there's one to take from this episode, it's definitely Stir of Echoes. So I easily agree with that. And then, of course, you know what next month is? It is October. So that means we will be bringing our big October special episode of Back from the Dead. And as you can see from the posters behind us, we got tons and tons of movies to talk about. So you definitely do not want to miss this event. We do not know the date yet. I think we're thinking sometime within the last 2 weeks of October. But we will let you know once we officially get a date for that. And coming with the October special also comes with a special contest that we like to do for the show, where we will think of a certain topic. You let us know what you think on that topic, and you will be entered for a $25 Amazon gift card or just a gift card of your choice. But we will let you all know about the contest rules and everything when things get closer at that time. So, Destiny, anything else?
No.
Yeah, all right. And also, too, with the October special, too, we will figure out a certain cosplay that we will try to wear for the episode as well. So you definitely do not want to miss that. But we want to thank you all so much for hanging out with us for this episode of Back from the Dead. We will see you in October. And guys, just wake me up. Wake me up when September ends. I'm in trouble. Okay, bye. I'm in trouble. I'm so screwed. Bye, guys. Bye.